to start a season, but to do that now at the first hurdle.
I don't care what confidence you've got. Of course, Brentford have come up last season through the playoffs, won more games than they've lost. They're going to be a confident team, but I don't care how confident you are. When you've never played in the big league, when you've never played against players like this before, there's always a seed of doubt until you go and actually do it. No matter how good a player you are individually, can I make it? Can I make that next step? Can we as a team make that next step? All of a sudden, that box, and it's a big box, has been ticked. Now they can go anywhere. They've beaten Arsenal, they can go anywhere with a whole load of confidence to take on anybody in this league. And I tell you what, if they play like that, they've got a chance against most teams as well.
Righty?
Well, what I have to say about Brentford is that, like I said, it's a long time coming. They've got to get a lot of credit for the way they played. Spoke to one of their journalists yesterday, Jay Harris, and he said what they're going to do is they're going to press. They're going to press hard. They're going to press people like Pablo Mari. They're going to press Xhaka. They're going to make sure our goalkeeper's under pressure. And I was more worried about, are they going to be able to keep up that intensity? They did it, and they did it, and they grew in confidence. And in the end, you know, we didn't compete. We don't look any better than we were last season. I think Ben White done well against Tony tonight. You know, so his distribution was very good. Kieran Tierney, you're always going to get that out of him. There's more players to come, but like, there's 18 days left in the transfer window, and they're going to need to do something, because if you're going to play against a promoted team and you're not going to be able to at least match them for the endeavour and the intensity that they're going to have, it's obvious they're going to have it, then it's going to be a long season for Arsenal. It's worrying. You know, we've got this thing now, this Amazon thing. And of course, they'll be happy with it because there's so much controversy and there's so much like negativity around it. But for Arsenal fans right now, watching that, you know, it's embarrassing for us. It's embarrassing for us.
League table. Sergio Canos there. He's got all his family over from Spain. The rest of them watching back in Spain. That's what this day feels about, doesn't it? That kind of moment.
It does. I mean, it's new for everybody here, and that's the beauty of it. I mean, they're not used to this. Yes, they're used to winning games, and they've had a fantastic run of form for a few years now. I mentioned before the show, they've been so close to promotion a few times, and they've finally got off over the line. And then it's a couple of months of wondering, are we good enough to stay in the league? Are we good enough, you know, to play Arsenal first game? You know, are we good enough as individuals to play in the Premier League? I mean, there's so many questions, and they've just had a massive tick there tonight. Their confidence will be absolutely flowing, and they'll be just buzzing for the next game.
Yep. Well, I hate to interrupt you, Michael, but Ivan Toney is going to join us live. Pitchside in front of the Brentford supporters here. Come in, Ivan. There we go. You got your own mic.
Okay.
Good.
Yes, yes.
Very well done.
Okay.
Very well done.
Thank you very much.
Sinking in that.
Just about. Surreal, you know. I think we deserved it in the end. The lads put in a shift, and we're putting out a statement, you know. We're not here to just dip in and out of the league. We want to stay here as long as we can, and I think it showed today.
What was the mindset from the off? Because it seems you settled really quickly.
Just get into him, really. We want to, like I said, we want to put a statement out there. Just get into him, run about, and if you work hard in the opposition, then you give yourself a great chance. And I feel like we've done that today, and we deserved the 3 points in the end.
Ivan, I was looking and analysing some of your goals throughout last season, and I was admiring the way that you nip in front of the front man. You love a little, you know, the last moment, just nick in front of your marker. I think that's such a good skill as a striker. But some of the viewers, of course, going to look forward to seeing you all season. What type of goals, what type of player are they going to be looking forward to watching?
Like you said there, I like to play on the last man, nip in front of the defender on the blind side, but I feel like I can score all sorts of goals. Hopefully this season I'll get a goal outside the box. The words didn't matter about that. But listen,
I know what to talk. I couldn't do it either.
I'm a box striker, but listen, as long as I'm getting on the score sheet and we're getting 3 points, that's what matters. But I'll put myself about. That's the main thing.
Ivan, I saw the intensity in the team. Tell me, yesterday when you're getting ready to play Arsenal, what was you thinking? We're going to put them under pressure. Is there players you're looking at that team and thinking, you know what, we could get at him, we could get at him, we could get at him? Was you thinking those things?
I think obviously the way Arsenal play is clear to see. They like to try and play with the ball in a possession-based football. But I feel like the weakness is if you press them high, then they do make a mistake. And I felt like they made a few mistakes there, but we didn't quite punish them on them chances. But I felt like the chances we had, we took full advantage.
How's it feel to be in the Premier League yourself?
It's crazy. It's not quite sunk in yet, but obviously today it's been crazy. I can't describe it. Obviously we're here now. And we deserve it off the back of last season.
Delighted for you.
And a word for these supporters. I mean, they're still inside the stadium, and we know that. Thank you very much. Right on cue. We know that you played behind closed doors here. I mean, the atmosphere tonight and the scenes at the end. Put that into words.
You know, it's actually like, I feel like this is the first time I played in front of them, like a full crowd. Obviously, we had a little glimpse in the playoffs, but it wasn't quite full, even though it sounded full. But today it was just great. I couldn't hear myself think. And they was 12th man on the pitch today, and they got us over the line for the 3 points.
Because you think this is going to be a really difficult place for teams to come this season, don't you?
Yeah,
I do, and especially when you've got two strikers like Brentford have got, they're going to give every back four, every back three a lot of problems this season. I'm certain of it. And I wanted to ask you as well. Inevitably, I don't care who you are, whether you're a young kid coming through or whether you've banged in goals in the Championship, there's always going to be a question mark. Can I do it at the next level? Of course, you're going to go out and prove it week in, week out this season.
Of course. Obviously, everyone's going to doubt you. They were saying that when I was in League One, can I do it in the Championship? Look what I've done there. And then people obviously question now, but only time will tell. You'll see it come into the season. I'm quite confident I'll be up there on the charts.
good luck, man.
And we saw the connection at the end with the supporters, and there's a real spirit between the players and the fans, and we saw that tonight at the full-time whistle.
We're one big family. From the cleaner, the training ground, to the supporters here. Everyone shows each other the same respect. We're one big family, like I said, and it's a good club to be at.
Did you ever feel in the second half Arsenal were going to get back into it?
Second half, I thought they were a lot better. First half, I thought they were abysmal, really abysmal. Didn't hardly create anything. Second half, they started, as Wrighty said, started penetrating the passes. Ben White in particular, Kieran Tierney played a couple into Smith Rowe, got turned, and then they started, running at the back four. And I thought, or the back three, but I thought they were better second half. But still, it's same old Arsenal. They look soft. They looked like you can bully them. And if I were Mikel Arteta, I wouldn't be bothered about the type of play coming in. I'd want a couple of leaders just to come in, even if they're not going to start. That team just screams at me as if weak, young, inexperienced, flimsy. They need direction. They need 2 or 3 real old senior pros to teach them the ropes. Not how to play, but how to prepare, how to win, how to be hard.
Need to be brave.
Yeah, exactly. There's
no
direction.
Braver, that's all it is. Simply because I think that we definitely, no one can't tell me we ain't got the quality. I'm not having that. But you got to have the heart to match what Brentford are going to bring, and then you've got to be brave enough to pass the ball into areas where, yes, you might lose it. But the fact is that we're not creating enough chances. I think it was 1 shot in the first half. Second half, I thought the chance that we did make, I thought Xhaka on his left foot was a good chance, at least hit the target. I thought the goalkeeper made a magnificent save from Pepe, but not enough. Not enough penetration, not enough players who are taking the kind of chances and making the kind of creative moves in the game. What's going to get us to upset a team like Brentford who've just come up? It's a worry. It's a worry.
Okay, let Thomas Frank live, the Brentford coach, and he will wake up in the morning and think, has that really happened? He lost 8 of his first 10 games.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and the question I asked him to start with was, I don't care who you are, coming into a new league against a team like Arsenal, you're going to have question marks. And to have wiped them out of your head already and now to focus on the real stuff, you've lost all your inhibitions, you've got rid of all that fear, and you've got 3 points on the board already, and you're sat nicely at the top of the league.
Yes.
And let's be honest, Michael, Wrighty won't want to hear this as we'll see it again, but it could have been more goals tonight for Brentford.
Well, especially in the first half, I thought it could. Arsenal did well to go in only 1-0 down. I thought the second half was a little bit more even. Arsenal played a lot better, but we see some of the chances here in the first half. Mbomo hitting the outside of the post. He also had this great chance as well, which I thought was an even better chance. He almost loses it to start with, loses the momentum. And then I just wish, from his point of view, he'd just gone for the near post there, showed a little bit more calm in front of goal, Righty.
Well, that's all it was. And that's what they're going to probably have to focus on when they play other games. Because like for today, the atmosphere and everything was going on. It was brilliant. They got caught up in the atmosphere and they rode it. I think those kind of chances are what they're going to make sure that they do have to take, because I think, again, they did like, for me, target Murray. I thought that he was very poor today. The goalkeeper as well. I thought the goalkeeper had a poor game. Yes, he made a good save, but I thought the way that Brentford played and the way they went at Arsenal when they had the opportunities, that's what they're going to have to need to do when they do play other teams, and they're going to need to take chances like the one Mbeumo missed there.
And talking of goalkeepers, we should point out when we were talking about the clean sheet to Ivan Toney, the save that Raya made from Pepe.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
what a save. Good save.
Yeah, I thought Wright played really, really well today. I mean, this is a brilliant move from Arsenal. Their best move of the game. Pepe does ever so well. The ball slightly behind him. Tierney picks him out, no question there. It's a quick break for them, but this is the best angle of the save. I mean, his feet are shuffling from the near post to the middle of the goal, and then he goes back against the momentum of his body to save it. Brilliant save.
That's what people underestimate. That's the kind of work, when we see the keepers, they're over there doing their stuff, we're playing. That's the things what they're working on. When they're moving their feet one way, and us forwards have been told, put it back where it's coming from. They've done that well, but for him to get down like that was fantastic. For him to get down, just his feet, and save it is fantastic. Great save.
It certainly was, and that secured a 2-0 win for Brentford in the opening game of this brand new Premier League season.